Hello there.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Lego here, hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have a Lego City vlog and, update video here, and probably the first thing that you guys can notice here in our city for today's video is this new building. We'll talk about that in just a moment here. This is really just an overall vlog here and updates working around here in the Lego City. As you guys can tell, it's really quite messed up, and it's even missing some stuff. There's a building that's right here normally, being this grocery store right here, but has moved for right now. So basically, let me catch you guys up to, I guess, date here on everything that I've been doing here essentially with our Lego City and some stuff that I'm also thinking for the future of it. And I'll talk about this building as well, but it's very straightforward, as you guys can see. And it's another tower type of building. It's literally the same height as our yellow one. And I also went ahead and turned our yellow building the other way so you can actually see the door and the windows and some of the detailing and whatnot that I've done throughout it there as well. It's just too much of an opportunity, I feel like, to pass out and have it like facing towards the wall where even myself would never see it or anybody else would ever see it. Honestly, I kind of forgot that it had windows and all this extra stuff going on in it because I never saw it. It was facing the other way. Anyway, whether or not it was an accident or it just happened, whatever you want to kind of call it, I guess, I got too into it and I started peeling our city apart. And this was because I was messing around with our base plates and trying to reorganize them and refit them and have it so essentially we wouldn't have any wood such as this come through. It's such a small thing, and there's two spots where it bothers me in the city, or not really bothers me honestly, so to speak, but that it shines through the most. For one thing, it was right here. I mean, kind of these right here, these pieces, these little plates weren't very good at covering, so to speak, but the other spots are over here. I'll show you. So right here behind our Sesame Street and more in the residential area where the train track is, there's all this wood right here. So I'm going to go ahead and work on covering that up. I'm literally just going to use little plates to fill it in. And another spot would be right here, right in between Sesame Street and the museum. And aside from that, there's very little cracks right here and here on both sides of the cinema, but they're so small they're not even noticeable. And even then, I do have future plans, as I mentioned in our previous Lego City update video, talking about how the museum here and the cinema are both going to be coming out of this part of the city and coming down here. They're going to be replaced by the Avengers Tower and a train station going all right here. So after doing all that and taking stuff apart and moving stuff around, everything essentially all went back into the same spot because I realized, well, I'm just going to Tetris the actual crap out of this and until everything kind of fits, and it's not worth using these base plates and some of these base plates right here as well to try to fill in little gaps of where I could literally just go over to our bins over here and, just take these smaller kind of pieces like these plates, so to speak, looking around for it, and just plop it on in there, fill it on in, and honestly it would be good to go. That's my only query with it, and that's how I'm going to fix it. However, for this part of the city down here, which I also want to work a little bit here in this video, I'm going to definitely be using base plates, so I'll be getting my hands on some more of those. I really wanted to do that in my this previous week here, but this was an insane week, honestly, for me, guys. It was my first week of college, so as you guys can imagine, I was jam-packed and very busy and really just focusing on school for as of right now, but I'm eventually going to be getting into that balance, I think, here in the next couple of weeks, where I'm kind of back into the flow of things, of balancing school, well, especially college, and, well, all of our YouTubes and all that type of stuff that I like to do. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, really. And then quickly regarding our shelving update, I am still going to be getting that smaller shelf we discussed in our previous shelving video update. It's a smaller shelf that essentially goes back, it goes up to like right here, it leaves like 2 inches, and it's like the same height and everything. It's just that the shelves are bigger because they don't have these little separators essentially in between all of them, so they all kind of come together even better. Then again, another thought or idea is the fact that I could take these out actually, but I don't know. I don't really think that they're that customizable. I don't know, maybe I'll mess around with it or something, but this isn't about the shelves. This here is about the city. Also, while we're on the topic of it, kind of, so to speak, of shelving and that type of stuff, and we're so close to it, look at all of these 501st battle packs I have my hands on here. I got 4 right here, and I have 3 built ones right here, and one more of them would be 8. I right now have 7 of them. I think I have around 25 minifigures, 25 or troopers here rather, and that would be the most clones ever and my biggest army, I think, ever, even beating my Separatist army. Maybe, actually no, I don't think it beats our Separatist army, because every time I get some of these, I get more Separatist battle droids, so it kind of like cancels out, and I already have like a crap ton of Separatist battle droids. But anyway, talking more about the city here, coming back to that, we're talking about shelving and 501st battle packs and all that type of stuff. Talking about the museum and the cinema right here, they're for right now going to stay. I thought about taking them out like early, essentially, to make room for the Avengers Tower and for the train station, but come on, like, boom, it's out of the way. Like, yeah, they're not really like difficult to move or anything like that, so I'm literally just going to be waiting until we actually get our hands on the Avengers Tower and an actual built train station. Part of the train station is going to consist of the Lego Harry Potter train station. It's going to be on the other half of it, hence 9 3/4 from the Harry Potter movies and books. And then on the showing side, rather, over here, this way, you'll actually have the actual train station. So I want to get to work and kind of collecting parts, really, rather, for that, and getting started on that project there before I do anything else with that. Our new Lego City building, I really wanted to make a separate video going more in depth into it, but really, what can I do? I mean, it's blue bricks, built up with a door. I mean, how surprising is that? As per usual with all of our Lego buildings, custom buildings that is, I don't ever interior design anything with them because I just don't see it worthwhile. I never look in there. You guys never look in there. It's not worth the while. Same thing applies for the orange one and for the yellow one right here. There's just nothing inside, and it can be whatever kind of building I want it to be. If I want this to be an office building, could be an office building. And if this one to be, I don't know, something else like an apartment, then it's an apartment. I am a little more specific though, however, and becoming more specific with that type of stuff there at the same time as well, with kind of like really showcasing off that this is a specific building. I do believe that these would be apartments. I think I'm pretty set in stone on that, is that the yellow building would be an apartment. I'm not sure anything on this. The orange building is a bank type of thing. I wanted it to be closer to the ATM, but I don't know. I think honestly I should like add an actual door, and then we'll talk more about that. The only other stuff I would like to add though, however, for our blue building right here is to have more windows actually. I mean, it's so easy to just like punch out little holes right here because of the building pattern I have going on there, if you guys can see. I didn't like crisscross like how I did with the patterns. Let's see if it can focus. What about now? There it goes, kind of. As you guys can see with the yellow building, I crisscrossed it essentially. Interlocking the bricks is what it's called essentially, and I didn't do that for this. And instead I just built up 6 and would put a I don't know, even like just like ceiling bricks essentially is kind of what I called them when it came to building, just like flats, like essentially flat 1 by whatevers, and just built it on up, sealing that, and then continuing another 6 up, sealing it with flats, and then yeah, until I got to the top and out of these blue bricks, because these blue bricks have been hanging out here in the Lego room for like the last better part of a year at this point, and they pick a brick up, and I've had the plan to make it into an actual tower or a building for our Lego City, so it finally happened. How about that? And then talking about probably the first thing that you guys noticed at the beginning of this video is this big empty spot right here, and I think it's coming back, guys. I'm pretty confident in this one. What was here previously was our supermarket, not so very super because it's literally half of a build. It's honestly really ugly looking. I'd like to fix it up more and, I don't know, change it or something. Just have it so you can only see the front type of thing. That's a lot more appealing to me. I don't really like the whole interior thing going on there, the whole pink base plate. I mean, it's Lego Friends, but like still, you guys get the point. Yeah, exactly. Well, like I just fell. It just really feels like an eyesore though, essentially, because of its positioning. Like, you have all these great other buildings that are like full, and it's literally just the exterior of the building, and then right here in the freaking start of it all, I think, essentially, right here, like in the middle, so to speak, it's like one of the first things that you're going to be seeing here with the city, is this, and it's always just kind of been there. It feels too open, in my thoughts and opinions. It needs to be reworked, even if I put it somewhere else, and that somewhere else would actually be down here. I feel very confident on keeping it on this lower half of the city down here. Not that it's any lower or anything like that, the lower half of the city. I think it's kind of what I just kind of came up with that, and I think that actually might stick. The lower side of the city, I think. Not that it's like bad or anything, it's literally just because it's lower. But yeah. So the question kind of remains, what's going to take its place? well, for those OG fans out there that have been watching our channel maybe for quite some time, it would actually be our Lego hospital would be making some type of comeback right here, essentially. And I would change it up a little bit. I kept the bricks, actually. I never used the bricks for anything else. They're literally just sitting in a pick-a-brick cup. So I think it's time I do that, actually. But that is one I think I'd go separate into on a future video here on the channel. Really, I guess, going more in depth into that. And also previously before with that Lego hospital, it was totally designed on the interior there and totally like laid out and everything. I don't foresee myself honestly doing that, especially if it's going to have a roof on it the entire time and you're not going to be able to see anything in it. Maybe I'll have a few doctors in it or whatever, like on the outside of it where you can actually see it and that type of stuff. But yeah. The reason I originally got rid of it is because, well, I could do so much better. It was literally, so I had that before, and then I built this, and I'm like, why do I have this? This is so ugly. And I think the main thing that made it really ugly was the fact that it only used base plates. Like let me explain. It was on a base plate, of course, but its roof was also a base plate. It was a green base plate of all things as well, and plus that, I needed more base plates. So I just said, okay, I'm just gonna take this apart, and well, I'll see it later, and I'll come back to it maybe later to make it better looking and that type of stuff. So what I would do essentially, I think, is I would keep it on this base plate right here, and it would be smaller. It used to take up an entire base plate, like literally up until the edge. I had bricks right here all the way around taking it up, so it would be a little bit smaller. And I think I would even do a bigger scaled hospital actually on our lower level table down here. And because this is something I have planned out here as well, I actually have a whole little list over here. Let me Aha. How about that? So I actually just realized that this little notepad is a memo pad. It has my phone number on there and my email and everything like that. If you guys are really looking to get in contact with me, you can check out our Instagram, unofficiallego. It's like down in the description down below. I literally respond to any and every DM, so... Well, yeah, but essentially this list has like stuff that I want to go down here, like the Home Alone set and all that type of stuff. My point being is that I would love to have another fire station and another police station and another hospital down here. However, the idea and concept is that they would be like smaller scaled. I don't really think that's going to really be the entire case though, however, because I already have a police station right here that's like a little smaller, but roughly the same size as the one we already have up here. I definitely think I could pull off having like the fire station be like maybe the same size, maybe a little bit smaller. And if the hospital is going to be that small, if there's going to be like right here and it's going to take up like this much, like literally like half of this base plate, not even like a quarter of it type of thing, so that way you can actually have this like little fire station garage door still like accessible and open. And that's another thing I actually did with that, I'll talk about in just a moment. But I think that if this was going to be smaller, then the hospital that would be going down here would also be smaller. It just kind of, checks out type of thing. Anyway, I'm like getting like side distracted as I'm talking about one thing and another because there's just so much I've been doing here, so much has been on my mind here about our Lego city. I've really been going at it these last couple of days and I've really been enjoying it even at that. But recently today, I low-key took like a big risk here with our Lego fire station that doesn't have a roof, that needs to get a roof. I need to work on that really bad, is the fact that I actually picked up all the bricks, not all the bricks, but I just picked up the build and I shifted it on its base plate essentially. So that way it's all the way down here. It used to be like slapped down in the middle of the base plate and now it's not, as you guys can see. And this makes a whole lot better room here for our Lego train. The Lego train used to have like to squeeze right by it. Sometimes it would even like bump into it. I think I actually had to take bricks off of it. Not right here. These orange bricks though I think came off at one point just so the Lego train could actually like squeeze by and get by here. So it's so much better. I love it. It's so much better now. I would love it more if it had a roof though. So to kind of help you guys give you a better idea of what that hospital originally looked like, it was literally just these. I had a kind of like base, so to speak, of like underlying bricks of that were like a 1x type of variant that just outlined the overall base, much like how these orange bricks do for a fire station. And then from there, I just literally piled these types of little like wall bricks up on there. And there's actually only, how would it look? So it was these little like I don't know, like a structure type of thing, like a base bricks there essentially for these. I plopped these down and then I had like another like base type of thing except on the top, circulating back around, and then I just slapped the roof on it. Had some interior stuff that really went into it. I think was most of the work on how that looked, but the exterior of it looked like really bad. And so I think a main focus would be like how the exterior really looks. I think this is all of them. I don't have them anywhere else in the city. I never used them for like another project. I mean, they're pretty noticeable. They're like big and white and stuff, so I pulled them out of one of the bins that are in the shelves that are behind our desk over there on the other side of the room. So unless maybe I have some more of them in some of these, I don't think I have any more. And I think that these are unbelievably like all, honestly, which would be weird to me, I think. I don't know. I feel like I have more. This just doesn't... Maybe, I don't know. My other idea is kind of weird, though, at the same time. I still have the base bricks that I also used in a pick-a-brick cup. It wasn't very many of them at the same time as well, and that this hospital was very just, like, raggedly thrown together. I actually have recently found other elements, though, that did go into it. Like, this was, like, the crossing that was at the, on top of it. Like, much how you see this has this, or maybe this says police type of thing. It was this. And there was also, like, a little helipad I ran into somewhere, but I don't think it's over here. Okay, everybody just stop what you're doing. This is way too exciting. Okay, so I just dug around here in this bottom drawer here, as I had just mentioned, looking around for more of those baseline type of pieces, though, essentially, for the hospital, and how I can kind of, I guess, get started with that in this video. But I found so much more than that, and I'm honestly beyond excited. I don't even know where to begin. So those are some baseline pieces. I actually think I used these originally on the... No, I used this for something else, but still, it's going for the hospital. So yes, I'm excited with that. I found the Avengers motorcycle that comes in the Quinjet, so I got that. I found this dude. He's a city dude. He's always been a city dude. I don't know, I just recognized him. I found a battle droid. Hold on, it gets more excited, trust me. I found this dude who looks really cool. I love his little facial thing, and everything about him is honestly really cool looking. Critimal, okay. Ooh, I'm so excited about that. Okay, hold on. This guy, I also recognize. He's like from my childhood, honestly. Like, this dude's like old as dirt, man, so he's cool. In his own way. I found a window pane that is used for this building, and it could potentially be used for this building as well. So holding on to that on the list. Ooh, where do I go? Where do I even start? I'm so excited. I found the OG original, not original, but yeah, well, original OG. It's like phase 1 J from Ninjago, so that's really cool. I'm trying to gather all of the old ones, like all of the OG ones from like their first phase and that type of stuff. I think I have all of them, so yes, that's very cool. I've been looking for Black Widow forever, and I finally found her. I just don't have her hairpiece, and I have been looking for her because I want to have a display with the, the original 6 Avengers, and I have all the other Avengers. I recently just found Thor, and I was only missing Black Widow, and I finally have her. She's bald, but I think I have a hairpiece, or her hairpiece, somewhere in this bin, or something like that. So, I'm so excited for that. This one was such a big W. Oh, I was so excited for that. This is part of the Quinjet, speaking of Marvel and Avengers. A toucan, like the Fruit Loops bird. Hold on. Helicopter for the hospital. Hold on, it's gonna get more excited. Okay, where do I even start? Okay, General Grievous's leg. He has one leg right now, and he has like no arms, but his leg, oh my god, his leg, so that's cool. Ooh, okay, hairpiece for Luke Skywalker. I think one of my Lukes is like bald, so yeah. Shiny knife, ooh, here it is. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is the big one, guys. Okay, so what I found was my Ezra Bridger from the Phantom set, not the one with Thrawn, but yes, Ezra Bridger from the Phantom set. And what is so special about this Ezra Bridger is for 2 things, for Star Wars fans out there, is that he's going to be appearing in the Ahsoka Tano show, and, well, live action. That's going to hike his price. This one alone, because of the helmet's unique mold and everything like that, is solely based and valued at, what is it? Like $30. The one without the, here's his torso, I'll just pull it out of here. The one without the helmet, just the hairpiece and that, this one still includes the hairpiece, is valued around like 15 bucks, but this one's worth like 30 bucks. That is so cool. And I found his helmet. So I'm so excited about that. That's so awesome. I cannot wait for that. That is so exciting. So I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the Ghost crew before the Ahsoka Tano show. I'm just like that. I'm one of those people. I really am into Star Wars and that type of stuff. I follow all types of like plot leaks and rumors and news and that type of stuff I talk about on our channel, Unofficial Star Wars. I'll maybe remember to link it down in the description down below. But it is everything I just found in here, and it's so exciting. Like, honestly, it's Friday night, and I would rather do that than do like anything else. That was so exciting. Oh man, look at all this stuff. That is awesome. Let's continue working here in the city though. I don't even think you guys realize how excited I am about this. Like, I'm at like a loss of words. I didn't ever think I was gonna be able to find his helmet, but oh my god. Oh, dude. I cannot wait to get my hands on the rest of the Ghost crew and for that overall show. Oh man, I was so excited about that. This right here was also something I wanted to bring up, however, about our Lego hospital and like the base bricks that I'm kind of looking for. Most of those base bricks are actually found in this pick a brick right here, such as these ones right here. Those are a couple, and I think there's more pieces that are also used here for our Lego hospital overall. Most of those are actually like inside elements though, however. So elements that are just in the interior and stuff you would probably actually never see. But I also want to bring up how the idea of that, there's the potential that some of those base bricks that I so call them appear to maybe be in our Lego hospital, which would low-key be a big problem. Or not Lego hospital, our Lego zoo, which would low-key be a big problem because it's just taking away from the zoo, for one thing. But the zoo then again is getting like a total revamp on its exterior. Its interior I'm really fine with, and I love everything like that going into it, and that's, you know, like working for it overall. A big problem though for our Lego zoo, and the reason it's currently not set up anywhere for two reasons, is the fact I have nowhere to put it. Aside from in this lower level city area, which it will be, but the fact that this is Mega Blocks. How do I even say that on this channel? But yes, this is all Mega Blocks right here, and something I really don't want in our Lego city all that much. I don't think anything up here is Mega Blocks. Maybe there's like a few giveaway bricks in here that would be like Mega Blocks, but like I don't think, well, the base plates, those are off-brand Lego. But I'm going to slowly cycle them all out, I think, at some point. I'm really just getting them because they're cheap and they're quick and they come in a higher quantity. So yeah, I'm just getting those for, especially for like down here until we get this all figured out and finished. And then I'll probably go from there to like cycle them out essentially and replace them like one by one type of thing. Because let's be honest, the real Lego base plates are really expensive, and half the time you don't even like look specifically at the base plates. You don't really care that much about the base plates. It's really just the studs. If you see studs, you think it's a normal Lego base plate. Anyway, about base plates. So what I'm thinking of doing, however, for our Lego zoo, especially because it's going to be requiring so many exterior pieces, and especially because I won't be using these, is that I think I'm going to bricklink order it instead. And that's something I've never done when it comes to pieces, especially in such a high quantity amount. I've literally gotten like one thing off of bricklink, and that was like a Rise of Skywalker set type of thing. So, but for right now, it's going to be sitting tight. And yeah, I'm going to put it back in its little iron box and back there. I just went ahead and dumped out this pick-a-brick cup right here that I thought had more of those base type of pieces that I want to use for our Lego hospital, but it has like a solid like 2, maybe 3. But yeah, aside from that, there's also all these other useless doors that I can't have because none of them actually have frames. And it's something I didn't consider, or rather that the Lego group didn't entirely consider with the pick-a-brick wall, is that maybe they should put like door frames when they have doors. So I'm not just grabbing a bunch of doors that don't have door frames. But yes, you guys, I think, understand the thinking at the time. I thought that they would just, I don't know, maybe door frame type of thing. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest, with that one. I just saw doors and I needed doors. I don't have doors, so yeah. Anyway, a lot of the stuff in this pick-a-brick cup are really just like interior type of thing. Like I remember I had this in the original Lego hospital, in this like little chair right here. Just stuff like that. Or I had this little like table thing right here. Syringes and needles, that type of stuff you'll find in here. So I guess I'm kind of like at a quest point here, so to speak, finding more of this type of bricks right here. And another thing I am thinking for this hospital is that these would be doubled up to make it taller. That is part of the problem with the first original concept of it, is that it was literally just single ones of these that went totally around it, just like this, and it wasn't very tall. That's literally the height of the minifigure, I think. So yeah, it's like, well, yeah, when he's standing, you guys can see, he's literally the same height as it, so I didn't see any other reason, and I kind of still don't see any other reason to make it taller. But aside from maybe like exterior looks, which is a re-contributing theme, I feel like, to this overall build, is that I'm mainly focusing on how it looks like from the outside of things, and I'm mostly worried about that for the two aspects of that. Like, well, that's the main thing we're going to be seeing here, that I'm going to be seeing, maybe if I have guests over or whatever that type of thing would be. I don't have friends. Who are we kidding? That's a joke. Okay. We're really here on the channel here as well, how you guys would be seeing it, and new viewers and that type of thing as well. Okay, so update time here on the overall hospital. I've got a little bit of work going here, and it's mostly blending in because it's a gray base plate and it's gray bricks right here. But this is kind of like an in general outline essentially of what this would look like. It's a whole lot smaller. It's way smaller than I thought, but this kind of also brings up the idea of that it's like more like an urgent care type of style thing, if you guys know what that is. I definitely do want to have like a really massive, like, though, hospital type of style type of thing going for the lower level city, and it's going to be like a really big project at the same time. So that would be the main hospital, so to speak. What I'm looking at for that, my dream and goal for that, is not to have a crazy interior or anything like that. It would literally be size-wise of exterior. That's like my only care about here throughout this entire city here, in case you haven't caught on to that. But what I'm looking like is that it would be like the same size of this, except doubled. Boom. So it'd be like twice the size of that, pretty much. Another one of these piled up. Yeah, you guys get the point. But yeah, that would be really cool, I think. Alright, so I'm down here working more in the hospital, and as you guys can see, the remains all over. I have destroyed our new blue building, and that's because I want to put in windows. I found other windows, so we're gonna put in windows. Yeah, it requires destroying it, but the hospital bit right here is kind of coming together. It's kind of not. I really am not sure if I'm going to be able to get it in this video, because there's just like so much, I don't know, like work that kind of goes into it, so to speak. It honestly, if for anything, should be easier than our first variant of it as well, from a couple of years ago at this point, because it's like on a smaller scale. But then again, that makes it a little bit more difficult because I'm trying to follow something that's a little bit more different to it at the same time. So I'll keep you guys posted with that. But yes, I wanted to update you guys here with what's going on here. This is totally destroyed for right now, at the moment. Yeah. Okay, so it's now the next day, actually, in real life. For me, it's the next morning, and this video is way too long at this point. I'll show you guys that in just a minute, but I'm gonna have to end the video here. I'm gonna have to work on this hospital, like, in between videos, because I don't even know. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know really what I want with it or how I want it to look or anything about that. So I'm going to figure that out, I guess, more or less in between videos here. So stay tuned for that. It's a work in progress, honestly. I thought I was going to be able to just like whip it right out in this video here, but I guess not. So I'll probably be doing that in the next video here on the channel. Now, regarding our blue building here real quick, I totally demolished it, as you guys saw there in that one clip there, but for a good cause. I put in these windows right here, and then I also put in these, like, I don't even know what they're called. They just have studs coming out. They're literally the same thing as these like 1x4s, except they have the studs on the outside here as well, just like this does right here. So I can go ahead and put some detailing, I guess, rather, here on this building here a little bit more. It could be signs like this, a recycle sign, or it could be a stream. I don't know what that is actually. It's on the bank building though, and then or I could just put like random stuff like that, and it's just to kind of articulate it a little bit more, add more depth to it, add something to it, so it's not just a tall, like, I don't even know, just a thing. It's just a thing, like a big brick. It just doesn't look like anything. So now it looks more like a building here. So I'm pretty happy with how that's going and how that's looking here. I might add a few more little things, maybe. I don't know. I think I want to put a stud on the door, but that's such a small thing because this has a stud. But anyway, add a few minifigures around it. It'll be livelied up, and I think it will look great. As for the hospital, that's going to be a work in progress, as I had mentioned. So stay tuned for that. This video is already long enough. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, for one thing, and especially if you watched up all the way into this point. That means the absolute world to me. So thank you guys so much for watching this video here. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Maybe some thoughts and ideas of what I could do here for our Lego hospital here. What should I do? I don't know. Regarding our actual hospital, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear some input on that and our overall rest of our city. What do you guys think about our new building right here, and maybe other stuff that you might have noticed throughout this video regarding our actual city here? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd absolutely hear what you guys all think, as well as maybe about your own displays, your own Lego areas, your own Lego cities or displays, or whatever the case may be, your own Lego collection. I'd love to hear what you guys all think. I'll catch you guys in the next video, guys. Have an absolutely great day or night. Just have a good one. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.